Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Pixel, and in today's video we're going to be making a couple different types of doors, but the main purpose of the door is that when you move close enough to it and you put your mouse over it, it will display the letter E, so displaying that you use common sense to know that you have to press E to open the door. So that is what we're going to be working on today. And the first thing you're going to want to do is open up your Roblox studio and open up a base plate. After you open up your base plate, we're going to create a door. The first door we're going to create is quite simple. It's just going to require one part, and it doesn't have to be detailed. At least I'm not going to do that because this is just a tutorial. So here is my door, and I'm going to name it door. That's all you have to do. And the way we're going to be handling this is both on the server and the client. And what that means is we're going to need a remote event. So throw in a remote event inside of replicated storage here in your Explorer window, and then you can go ahead and name that remote event open door. And then what we're going to do is go inside of starter GUI, and we're going to insert a screen GUI like this. And you're just going to name this door handler or anything you want, really. All right. And then what we're going to do is actually create the E. So to do that, what we're going to do is insert a billboard GUI, right? And then you're going to insert a text label. Or a text label, not a text box, text label. And you don't see anything at first, but if you move around your camera, you can see this little like thing going on the inside of the door. And to make it so that it's in front of the door, click on the billboard GUI, and here in the properties, check the always on top option, and it'll show up right like this. And to make this a square, I'm just going to edit the size to be a 50 by 50 square, and then you have to do the same thing for the text label like that. And I'm just going to make this black and change the transparency. Oops. I actually don't really know how to fix this, the getting larger, but to combat that, we're just going to make it so that after a certain amount of studs, it'll just disappear, so it won't even get that big. So we're going to set the text to the letter E, but you cannot see that, so I'm just going to set this to white. And I recommend not using scaled since it'll offset your E a little bit. So just like scale it up yourself. So I think 60 is great, and this is what it looks like now. And for the max distance here in the billboard GUI properties, you can set that to about 25. So see, around here it'll disappear, which is perfect. So after you do that, we're going to name this button and place that button inside of door handler. And then actually go to text label and set the visible property to false. That'll just fix any bug or issues, because if this is visible, then it'll automatically place it on the base plate and you can see it, and it looks really weird. So we're just going to not have that. All right, and then now what we're going to do is we're going to insert a local script inside of our door handler GUI, and this is going to be the client side. So we're just going to name this handler, basically anything you want, and we're going to create 4 variables. The first one is going to be player, and in a local script you can access player by using local player, so you don't have to do any fancy stuff. And then we have to get the mouse from the player, so we're going to do player get mouse like that. And then we're going to do local open door equals game get service replicated storage dot open door. So this is a variable for our remote event. And then we're going to make another variable, and this one's going to be UIS, which represents, or which stands for user input service. So to get the service, we're going to have to obviously use game get service, user input service, and then there's a function with user input service called input began. So when we go ahead, in the little parentheses after function, just put input. That parameter is a variable for what they're pushing, or like what the input is. So we're going to put if input.keycode, which basically means if the letter they're pressing, if it is a letter, is the letter E, so enum.keycode.e. Then we're going to do another if statement, and this is going to be if mouse.target then. So this is basically saying if the mouse has a target, then we're going to fire the server, or fire this remote event, open door. So we're going to do open door fire server, and then inside here we're just going to do mouse.target. So what we're going to do inside of the server is we're going to receive this, and we're going to detect if first of all, if the target is what we want it to be, which is our door, and then we'll actually have it open. But before we do that, we're going to work on the little E appearing. So to do that, we're going to make a variable. I'm just going to name it peeking, which basically means, are we currently looking at the door / is the E visible? If we don't do this, it'll create a whole bunch of like E's, and it'll like glitch the script, so we're not going to do that. So we're going to create a while true loop. So with a while true loop, always put a wait so it does not crash the game. Putting a wait like this, there's a default time. It's very, very fast, but always have a wait. I'm sure there's another way to do this, like, you know, detect if the mouse moves, but this is just the way I'm going to be doing it. So it's going to just keep repeating, and if the mouse target equals workspace.door, then we're going to detect if peeking equals false. Then we're going to set that to true. Basically, this is working at a debounce, or as a debounce. If you don't know what that is, it basically means it's preventing the script from running multiple times when it's not supposed to. And then we're going to do bclone, so we're going to get a copy of the button. So we're going to do script.parent.button clone, and then bclone.parent is going to be workspace.current_camera. Current camera, first of all, it's technically this right here, but it's called current camera. It's basically going to put it in the camera of the player. So you put like things like, basically things that you can see on screen but are on the client, I guess. This is one of the methods for that. So we're just going to put it in there, and then we're going to set something called the adornee. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it, and we're going to set that to be workspace.door. That basically means what is it attached to. So we're putting it in camera but attaching it to door, so we don't have to put it in the door, because then that'll be on the server and everyone will see it. So that's like, we don't want to do that. So we're going to do bclone.textlabel.visible equals true, since we set it to false. And then outside of this and here, we're going to do an else. And then we're going to detect if peeking equals true. So else, so this is doing an else for this. Yeah, okay. So it's doing an else for this. So it's going to detect every single time, or just keep looping, and if the mouse target equals the door, then we're just going to put the E. But if it changes, aka it's not the door anymore, then we're going to remove it. So we're going to do if workspace.currentCamera find first child button, then workspace.currentCamera.button remove, and then peeking equals false. So what that's going to do is it's going to detect if the button is even in the current camera, and if it is, then we're going to remove it. And the reason we do this is in case anything happens where the button did not go in here, it won't break our script. So that is a good practice. Our door will not open right now, but we should be able to see the E. This one isn't a distance one, so you have to put your mouse over it to be able to see it. I don't know why it's not. Oh, okay, so I did something wrong. I misspelled connect. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. Connect. Alright, so other than that, there shouldn't be any errors. Yep. We press E and it's firing the remote event. We have nothing connected to it, so we can't tell, but we are doing it, so. Alright, and then to actually open the door, we're going to handle this on the server. So we're going to put a script inside of server script service, and this is going to be door handler. So there's all these things, which this is how games work. There's all these 3 scripts and objects working together just to open one door. Let that dawn in, you know, let that sink in. That's what being a developer is. So much work and so much testing goes into what we do. This is kind of such a simple script, but it requires a lot. And something that some people don't realize is that there's so many ways to handle certain things. That's why in this video, I'm going to be showing you multiple ways of how to make a door, because there's multiple ways you can do it. And there's multiple ways you can do the script, just saying. So inside of here, we are going to actually, I don't feel like writing it out. We're going to copy this variable here. This is our remote event. We're going to copy that. And then we're going to do local open equals false. This is just a local variable in here for us to use. And then we're going to create another one. And this is debounce. So you can't open the door again and again. So we're going to do open door.onServer event connect. We're going to create a function. And then inside of the parentheses, the 2 parameters that we're going to be using is player and target. When you're doing on server event, the first parameter or argument, I can't remember which one is which, they're both kind of the same. The first one is always going to be player, and the second one is going to be any other one you assign, and we assigned mouse.target. Oops. So in here we're just going to name that target. So target is going to represent door. And then we're going to do if target.name equals door. Then if open equals false, then if debounce equals false. So there's all these conditions here that has to be perfect for us to be able to open this door. So debounce is going to be true. And then we're going to do workspace.door.transparency equals 0.6. Workspace.door.𝐻𝐿 equals false. So this method is just going to turn the door a bit invisible. It's not going to be too invisible, so we can actually, so we can know where the door is, so we can close it. It'll kind of look like it just disappeared off of our world, so we're not going to do that. And then after this end, we're going to do else if debounce. Basically, this else is saying if this open is true, then we're going to detect if debounce is false still, because we need our debounce. Debounce will be true, and then we're basically just going to type everything but put the opposite. So transparency will be 0, 𝐻𝐿 will be true, open will be false, and then debounce will put it back to false. So this should be our entire script working for our first door, like this. Then if we press E, see if I'm pressing E next to it, this certain script does not have it like near. You have to actually have it. If you do have like a first person, most likely they are going to put their mouse over it. So yeah, that is the first door. Another door that we could do is one that just like flips open. Let's go ahead and challenge ourselves and see if we can figure that out. So we're going to actually name this door just to make our script simple. But if I was doing this like on another project, I would just name it like hitbox or something. So we're actually going to make this invisible. I'm just going to make it white, and then we're going to copy it. And then I'm just going to make this fake door. So we're going to be able to put our mouse. I think the door should actually be just like, let me set, it should just be a tiny bit bigger than the actual door. You can do it on the y-axis too, but not really. Just so that it doesn't like glitch. So it'll kind of be, it'll look like it's over this door, but it won't. It's going to be, so this is kind of our hitbox. So what we're going to do is we're going to have fake door 1 be closed, and we're just going to set their visibilities or transparencies differently so it looks like it's opening. So at one point this will be invisible, and then at another point it will switch like that. So that's what we're going to be doing. let's just name that too. We don't have to group this in a model just to make it easier. Everything is going to be the same, except we're just going to change this. So what we're going to do is these two lines, excuse me, in these two lines, this is where we handle the script and everything. So if open is false, that means that fake door 1 is transparency 0. We're just going to switch that around. So workspace dot fake door 1 dot transparency equals 1, and then fake door 2 dot transparency equals 0. That's what it is. Okay. And then switch this around. And you can still like interact with these doors and then just make the actual door can't collide false. So the way this will work is you walk up, put your mouse, and it'll seem like, oops, I think I forgot to change it. Oops, that's wrong script. Okay. And then put that there. All right. And what you could do is add a sound in here and just do sound : play parentheses or whatever, and play a sound when it opens. So this is it. Oh wait, yeah, okay. So actually I recommend making these both can't collide false. So technically you can walk through it. If you want it to collide, then you can just do that inside the script. But we're not going to do that. So see, this is our door. See, it looks like it's opening, right? But we're technically switching between two different parts. So there's probably games out there, popular games, that do this method only because it's just, oh well, this is the whole point of opening it, to can't collide. So I recommend just changing the can't collide properties of it. So workspace.fakedoor.can't collide equals false. And then we're just going to set for 2. And then just switch them around. Alright. And that is our second door. There are so many different doors you can do with this. So here it is. We cannot walk through it. We cannot interact with this door. I guess that's it for this tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching. I give you guys 2 doors to work with for your game, whatever. You know, just edit it, edit the scripts. If you're good at scripting, you can edit it, make it look way nicer, throw in some C-frame animations or anything like that. But that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for all the support. As always, make sure you join my Discord server, and make sure you stay tuned on my channel because I'm always streaming, and I need more viewers. Why not? I like talking to people. If you guys have any questions, hit me up on my stream. If you join my Discord server, you'll get notified when I stream. So just letting you know. Anyways, this is me signing off, and as always, keep on scripting.